their buying decisions, then, and like, you know, how AI works, right, is it kind of has to give an answer, right? Like typical, you know, with a software, you want to satisfy your user. GPT, Cloud, they kind of work the same way in that sense that they want to satisfy the user and give an answer to the user. And you know, whenever someone, like a part of your target audience of your business is searching for anything like the best thing for, I don't know, best dog food for dogs, right? Or whatever you're selling, right, as a business, then it's gonna have to give an answer. And let's say if you're not visible or known to AI, then it's ultimately gonna suggest competitors, right? Because that's pretty much all it has to recommend. And basically, now the ultimate challenge is like, okay, but and then, I mean, if they recommend competitors, right, that's ultimately customers that you could be getting, but you are not because they go into competitors. Now, how do you actually get into AI? That's like the ultimate question, right, that we're nowadays asking as businesses. Well, that's exactly why we built RankUp. So my name is George, I'm the co-founder of RankUp, and basically how RankUp works is it first of all finds the topics that your target audience is searching for, right? Then it creates high quality, search optimized content on those topics, and ultimately also integrating your industry expertise to make it unique and stand out from the competition, right? And this content is specifically also optimized to rank in Google, which means, well, preferably get the highest spot, right? And ultimately, if you rank high in Google, of course, you're gonna get traffic as well, that's great, but now especially more people are going to AI to do their searching. And so if you don't rank in Google, and one part that we have actually found out is that you're pretty much also invisible or not known to AI. Of course, it's not the only factor, but it's one of the biggest factors. There was a recent study done by SEO agencies and some other bigger SEO softwares as well that have larger data sets. And essentially, but like, yeah, a really big part of it is actually ranking on Google. And basically, yeah, so how does RankUp work? RankUp has mainly, it's a team of AI agents. So you don't have, like, RankUp isn't a tool that generates your blogs fast, but it's a team of agents that actually handle your strategy, your content creation, your content optimization, basically the full cycle, okay? So the first part that I'm showing here on the screen is the strategy agent. And we have named agents Magnus, Cedric, and Lyra. So it's a bit of a wizardry theme, kind of have like SEO wizards in a way, right? And basically what Magnus has already done, so for the sake of the demo, I didn't run the onboarding workflow, because the onboarding workflow, you answer some questions, then it takes a bit of time to actually set up the workspace for you. But after about 30 to 60 minutes, it will create a workspace for you, and basically it has done the entire, well, keyword research or topic research, however you want to call it, for you, right? So all the queries that your target audience is searching for, it has found them for you, and you can see them here in the clustered and unclustered keywords tabs. And yeah, so here you have different keywords, you can filter, you can pretty much do whatever you want, and besides finding the topics, it has also actually already created the strategy for you as well. So mapped out the topics that you should be covering. So this is the map that I'm showing right here. It's called the topical map, and essentially it tells you what topics to cover and in what order. And then next to it, what you can see here is Magnus. So this is the SEO content strategist agent. And basically you can have Magnus create a content plan for you, or, well, ask what topics to cover next, or pretty much whatever you want to do, right? So I can have it, as you can see, I already have a plan set for myself for creating content for RankUp, but then let's say if I want to have it like create a content plan, I'm messing up the writing here, but for, I don't know, June, right? Whatever. And then basically Magnus will, it has different tools that it can use. It can, like, you know, fetch the certain keywords. I mean, for simpler things like, okay, give me all the like best XYZ tool topics, right? It can do that for you, or then it also has a logic on how it actually creates the content plan. And these are specifically trained to work exactly like SEO content professionals, as that's also my background. And yeah, so that's the strategy part. And as you can see, it's fetching it has different tools and it's fetching the information from the keyword clusters, the topical map. And now, okay, so let's say once you have your content plan, which I already have in place, then the second part of actually the execution is content creation, right? Now this is the most difficult part, as you can buy content strategies and stuff for reasonable prices, essentially. Much higher than RankUp, of course, but for some thousands or higher in the hundreds, you can get a strategy created for you. But now how do you actually create the content so that it ranks and also so that AI picks it up, right? So that you get your content pieces mentioned, but so that the content also creates a consensus in your industry that you are the best solution for the problem that you're solving. So how the content creation works is you just simply come here to create content and you select, I don't know, whatever topics you want to write on. I'll pick surfer SEO alternatives, and then I'll pick phrase versus clear scope, right, for example. And you can pick basically as many as you want, and it will do them at once, right? So and before you actually get to writing, you can configure it however you want. So do you want it to pause at a certain step of the content creation process? So I can have it pause at the outline, or I can have it pause at the content review. It's up to you. But basically, we have already configured it to how it's like most efficient, so that you can just click start writing. And then it will begin the content writing process right here, right? So as you see, it's started. And basically what it does, some context on it, is we have trained this, so who writes it is the Cedric agent, right? Magnus is the strategist agent, Cedric is the content writing agent. And what it basically does is it follows the exact process. So I've talked to about, I don't know if 1,000, but close to that of SEO professionals, and I've had an SEO agency myself. And we specifically trained this to work exactly as SEOs create content. So of course, not every SEO creates content like this, but what has worked for us and what has worked for others. So it follows, I guess you could say, 5-step workflow. It first creates an outline. So basically what topics is it gonna cover? Then it's gonna enrich the outline with research. So it's gonna use Perplexity, Grok, different things to do its research, and also your knowledge base. So the guys who presented before me actually showed this knowledge graph and stuff, and I was a bit confused, like, did they build like the exact competitor to RankUp, or it looked quite similar? Of course, not exactly the same, but I can show you later. But basically, yeah, it also has a knowledge base built into it so that you can organize your like unique insights that you have about your like industry. And then it actually does the writing, follows the search optimized structure, and it follows its SEO writing rules, and of course also your brand guidelines. And yeah, and then it also does a content review. And there's also a content review agent as well. I didn't get to that, but these are the main things: content creation, strategy, and optimization. Thank you.